Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to some of you, and peace out to the rest of you. Hit the share button because the message is more important than the messenger. Let me get straight to this. I used to believe that a lot of sisters were not enemies, but they were silenced by those who were. If you asked me, I would be quick to tell you, we don't have stats. There's no study. How would you study something like this? We don't know if the majority are enemies or not, or if the majority is silenced by the enemies. 3 events lately and the reactions that sisters have had to them have led me to believe otherwise. Now, a lot of you have said in comments underneath my videos and other content creators' videos that they are our enemies. Okay. The overwhelming Western sisters' reaction to Will Smith has shown me that they want us to be their attack dogs. No matter what they do, they are demanding full protection and provision and refusing any obedience, loyalty, honor, and exclusivity. Rejecting all accountability and demanding all credit. Then Gia Casey took accountability for how she hid the truth from her husband, leading to her never getting to buck. Shout out to Steph Cole for saying it that way. Then telling him the truth, but only for the purpose of weaponizing that to hurt him. Now, some say she was up there emasculating him, saying he tried. No, actually, when I listened to it, what she was saying was that it was not that he was trash, it was that she didn't know her own body, and therefore she could not communicate her needs to him. So therefore it really wasn't his fault, but that she was willing, when she got angry finally, to tell him that it was his fault, just to hurt him, because she was mad. What do you think Sister's overwhelming reaction to that was? Well, that's just it. I didn't hear Sister's reaction to that. Then Shaquille O'Neal took accountability for his divorce from Shawnee. Sister's majority reaction was to say that they wished more of us would do like he did. Chris Rock admitted that he was the one who cheated on his wife with 3 women. He admitted that. The sisters felt like he deserved to be slapped for a G.I. Jane joke when he passed up a whole bunch of other things about which he could have teased Jada before and after he got struck. Shuck that fit. Now, take the middle event and notice the lack of reaction to that. They have not pointed at Gia and said that they should be more like Gia and take accountability for how they have lied to men about what they want and need, then turned around and weaponized men's ignorance about what they really want and need just to hurt these men. I mean, that's typically what the relationship is between thinking black men or just non-stereotypical, non-thug wannabe black men and even decent looking African American women. Now, Western black women, period. That is the relationship. She lies about what she wants, needs. You do your best according to what she has said, because you actually pay attention to her when she talks. And then when she's fed up, she turns around and uses your non-satisfaction of her as a weapon against you. That's it. So really, they should have pointed the finger at Gia and directed themselves and said, you know what, we need to take accountability for this because this is what the hell we've been doing wrong too. Instead, they turn around and look at Shaq and want to tell us that despite the fact that Shaquille is 1% of 1%, that Shaquille should be our role model, despite that, just overlooking completely the exceptional height, athleticism, wealth, and options in women that he has. That's what it is that they've been doing. Even to the point that a highly college educated sister said all men, she wished all men would follow his lead. And she comes from a very well-respected educational institution. She should have known better than to say all men should follow his lead. All men can't follow his lead. All men don't have those options. Somebody had to check her on it. She responded by saying, I mean all men that are responsible for the divorces, but that's not what she said the first time. And to me, that means that's not what she meant. If that's what she said, if that's what she meant the first time, she'd have said it. Pay attention to that, gentlemen. So I now accept that the majority of them are enemies. When I couple this with Art Cathy's confession, as well as the historical evidence that many of you have put out before, all in conjunction with each other, I'm like, you know what? No. I can now surmise that the majority are enemies. Art Cathy confessed that 80% of sisters hate black men. Some say she's a scammer, but a scammer wouldn't expose something like that. If she was a scammer, she would have kept us in the dark about it. Because as it is, she wants to promote black love. Black on black love. Okay, so why, if she's a scammer, she could have made up some fake stats to support black love. She didn't. So, all I ask you, gentlemen, is this. I'm admitting to what many of you have said, which is that no, the bulk of them are enemies. I'm conceding that point, even though there is no study or official stat for that. How do you study that anyway? All I ask is that you do not turn around and tell us that the Wyatt woman is not. That's all I ask. Because remember, Carolyn Bryant is alive and well. Last I checked, she falsely accused Emmett. She admitted that she did it. And this means that when one of the other men that was with Emmett as a boy back then, who said that he actually did whistle, got it wrong. He may have whistled, but whistling at her? No. So that means he misremembers it himself. That's what that means. And that's not all. Carolyn Bryant is not by herself. She's one of multiples. Remember, a lot of them have that sense of entitlement. Remember, they're the ones like whom the sister wants to be. And they have utilized false accusations against us before they utilized them against their own men. And now they're doing it to their own men. So all I ask is that in exchange is that you do not come to me and tell me that they're not enemies. Now, if you want to argue that they're enemies, but they're less of an enemy right now, I'm not necessarily going to mute your mic automatically or delete the comment, but come along and tell me that they're not the enemy, but the sisters are, then I probably would, because I know that they are. So maybe we need to warn each other. Maybe those of you who think that they're not. Oh no. They're worse. Say what you want about maybe the Arab woman that counts herself as white. Say what you want. No, that Wyatt is worse. Say what you want about the Persian woman. That Wyatt is worse. Say what you want about the Indian woman. That Wyatt is worse. Because remember, Sister Girl ain't imitating the Arab or the Persian. Not completely. She, like they, is trying to imitate Miss Ann. Thank you for listening. Black Heart, Black Mind, Blackout, Assalamu Alaikum, and Black Heterosexual Non-Select Male Power just because they don't like it, and Black Patriarchy till extinction or Judgment Day.